All right, apologize, I'm late. For those that are watching live, Mike V, TradeGATEHub. Oh my God, what's going on? Head trader, TradeView Markets, a little bit after 11 a.m. It's a Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. It's irrelevant for me what day it is. I mean, I've been locked in the office. It hasn't been suffocating me. It's been one of the worst weeks trading of my life. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, it really has. You know what? What am I, 51 years old? I've been doing this a long time. If I had a bad day or bad week in my 20s or 30, it was irrelevant. You know what I mean? It was just, it's not that I never feel like I'm infallible. But certainly as things get, a lot of things don't make sense. More rules have to be in place. I employed rules to myself. I did a lot. I basically, I looked at my numbers. I very rarely look at my numbers, and it's all come from contra trading. So you know what we're doing. As if anybody that listened to yesterday's video, 50-day moving average is with the line in the sand. Charles Schwab, nice short yesterday. 50-day moving average, by the way, is in light blue. Nice short there. UEC working for the family, but actually it's not below the 50 average. I'm not going to initiate new positions below the 50 moving average. So I'm not going to stop pontificating. It was really more of a self-reflection of why. And I feel like I'm rejuvenated, by the way, because it's hard money. You know what I mean? I started as a day trader, a very active day trader. And you know what, the market, I was taught is the market would open up. You lay out fades. You don't buy up markets. You might these days, but back then, and I adjust all the time. It's why I'm still here. I'm actually up on the year as well. It's just that I worked, 5 weeks to give away 3, 4 back, worked 5 weeks of profits to give 3, 4 back. And maybe it's, I know the moves come at the end, the best moves, the biggest moves come at the end, certainly happening here. Maybe not. As yesterday's CPI was another indication that you don't have one day does not make a reversal. And, the trend, the top is coach would edify, you want to try to pick something, these take time. Topping processes take time. UEC, I just covered a bunch of it down here. Look at that. 755. I just covered 40,000. That's wrong. How many UEC? Why isn't that saying that? 14 shares. UEC uranium. As CCJ, by the way. The real short happening. CCJ, that was the one. Okay, so what's happening then? All right, it's pandemonium. CCJ again. SMCI. You know what? It's SMCI. Even if you're not trading SMCI's world, it's NVIDIA's world, and it's ARM's world. The previous first one being the strongest. ARM giving a little bit of back. We'll see what happens. I know it's, it doesn't matter it just doesn't matter. The price action trumps sentiment, or whatever anybody thinks they're doing. Okay, if anybody has any questions, let me know. There it is right here. Even Zero Hedge posted it. All right, so when he posted LOL, SMCI 14 RSI, I think it's 96. All right, it could, and by the way, let's look at SMCI. It's been up there for a while in the 90s. It's been up here for what, 4 or 5 days? Go to the weekly. It hasn't. Weekly is today kind of topped out, if you will, broke a new high. But you know what? If the weekly can, and Coach said this, if you're willing to trade by weekly RSIs, I'm not even saying to trade the RSIs, but as a tool, if you're willing to trade, I remember this too. It doesn't matter to me because I'm not going to be concentrating stocks under 50-day moving average anymore. That's a big rule for me too, because I'm an active manager. I try to make moves. Actually, I do make moves. So there's the weekly right there. It's up to you. It is what it is. All right. What else is going on? All right. Let's go to what the wise guys are doing and back to TradeGATEHub and see what's going on. All right. We had a couple of fades today. Airbnb faded into the earnings. Upstart faded. Yes, Airbnb was up nicely last night. Faded. I think it was 168 last night. Yeah. Airbnb going towards the low had earnings. Upstart, same thing. Now I knew, please, if anything I said so far besides the contra trading, say this. Upstart on the lows. Smooth trade below the 50-day, but Affirm. I saw Upstart reported, and Affirm was up like 50 cents last night. Then I knew something was up. Affirm, you could have bought right in the hole. Actually, it opened up and kept going. Affirm, active. What else is going on? Obviously, it's Bitcoin and MSTR, CLSK, Coin, Mara. They're taking those ones up. MU. Okay, this I like short, and this was a good example of the readjustment, if you will. Right here, touch the 50-day, short under the 50-day, still working right there. It was weak. Shopify, same thing after a weak day yesterday. You know, it's undulate. I mean, that was a weak day for Shopify. And by the way, I understand that had a 91 to 76 dollar range. Okay, great. Bottom line is you don't have to take it overnight. It had from earnings 91, it had a $13, $14 range on huge volume. It basically does once a quarter. I mean, at that volume. So still below the 50-day, it still needs some rest. I actually hope it goes lower for the overnights. It actually took a pure play that might have worked that way. It's hard as it is. Children's Place, another one. I want to talk about a round tripper. I shorted this well too, early, and I didn't start shorting it heavily. I didn't put market orders in it because it was thin at the beginning. I started offering things out and got hit offers. So Children's Place, to no surprise to everybody, has been trading this from 8 to 17 2 days ago. Okay. So they reported, went from 8 to 17. I was short on the back of it. I was shorted from, tell you what I was shorted. My first short on Children's Place was right here, 1435. Then I said the last short that I'm going to give it is 1665, which by the way is like another 20%. So that's my average price is like 1540 then. So let's go here. So yesterday my average price was 1540. It closed at 1629. Opened at 1430. It was up a stick and it covered it early. So here it is. Bottom line, what did I do to it today? All right. The CEO bought a couple of shares. Stock opened unchanged for 1134. Closed last night. I shorted a little bit of 1305 right at the gap. Kept shorting 1436. The high I kept shorting 1480. So my average price was like 1449. And I took all of it here, as you can see, blue at 1342. Clean trade. Instead of all this other garbage trying to pick tops, bottoms, and fighting trends and irrational exuberance, holo, irrational exuberance. Look at this one yesterday. We pointed out 19 to 43. Even the VIX yesterday had a round tripper. All right. Any questions, Lewis? Give me some questions. You know what's going on. I'm just so focused on my positions that I haven't had time to. Obviously CPI, and they sold, everybody flinched, and getting back to one day doesn't make reversal, but there were more candles damage done than usual. So with the volatility, I don't know what I'm not looking at the VIX yet, somewhat abated. I mean, the VIX collapsed within the last half hour, and I think it was down 4 or 5% again today. Keep trading. What are we trading? Uber, same thing. Uber breaking new highs. Animal had a buyback, 7 billion, 5 billion. So you know what? Lyft opened up well. I actually shorted some, traded it well. I'm out of it now. Did I make any money in Lyft? I'm out of it now, but I traded. My first short was 1540. I didn't want to tell you. You should listen what happened to Lyft yesterday. Lyft, after earnings last night, I can't say. I flinched. And I'm going to tell you why. There are a lot of things I haven't seen. And I'm going to get back to one other point, a major lesson. And I grew up around the racetrack, my dad being a jockey, and I grew up around gamblers. I actually don't even gamble myself. I consider this risk management, call it what you will. Outside of this, I really don't. I don't want to lose that whatever I have in me to use it for gambling. I try to keep it pure. So I know one thing about the gambling, and don't get involved in things or stocks that are doing things that you've never seen or they've never done. You have no frame of reference. For example, if there's I don't know, how about this? If there's a leadoff hitter in baseball that has no home runs, and you put him up clean up in fourth, don't be banking on to hit any home runs. He's never done it before until he does it. So, stocks like Lyft. Oh my God, I have to bring it up. I made money in it, but that's hard money. Let's go to the videotape settings. Let's go to, I hope this goes to start time. Let's go to 1:30 a.m. Okay, Lyft last night. Where is it? Oh, they don't have late trade. Lyft last night traded $20. Settings, time range. Let's go to, well, this is what I'll do. 9:30. Let's go to 8 p.m. All right, there we go. Mike V. Okay, last night Lyft. The guy came out with earnings, the CEO, and says they're going to improve earnings by 500 basis points. 500. So now I'm looking at Lyft, and the stock is 12. Okay, no problem. I'm watching it go up. I've never seen in my life a stock that over $1 billion market cap trade over 50%, much less 60% in earnings. All right. So I'm here. I got to get involved somehow. Maybe I should have bought it on the dip and made another 30% of the irrational. So Lyft traded 20 last night, and it was up 70%. Is this reflected here? There's a trade last night, 2050. I don't think it reflects this on this daily here. It doesn't. So it's 20. I'm like, man, this is wild stuff. I've never seen this. So I'm involved. Now, I'm saying, Lyft is up 70%. Maybe it goes up 300%. You know what I mean? Here's the chart on Lyft daily. Here's Uber, S&P, the whole buybacks, rosy as they come. Obviously, it's a bifurcated sector. Maybe Lyft does go to 40. I don't know. Who knows? So I'm watching the freaking thing. And I got like, I don't know. I was down like $28,000, but I didn't have a lot of shares because I said, can't do it. It's just not working right now. And I don't need more pain. So my average price was like $18.84. So the Lyft, no, you know what? No, I think my average price was $17.24. So I'm watching the thing go to 20, showing 21 offers. So 20, I see it go down to like 18. Next print, 12.75. I had bids in. This is probably around me, below the 15 strike price because I thought the fight's right there. So Lyft went from 20. I'm talking about volume. You look on the. I'm surprised even on the major folk. The guy actually made a mistake, and he meant to say 50 basis points instead of 500. So Lyft went from 2024 to 1248. The same thing Children's Place did, but in about 18 minutes. So I'm in it today, right? So everything, the dust settles. Stock opens at 1411 this morning. Actually, it closes at 1411 after everything's said and done. Opens at 1564. All right, the top here, proverbial top of the day was what? 1690 was 1690. So you know what? Probably where it should be. A little above the breakout, a little below this breakout. Weekly 1690. Trade's over. It's probably a better buy and a pullback considering Uber is where it is. I'm here to trade. Wasn't the best trade. I saw if Lyft didn't do what it did last night and it didn't have that range and volatility, I probably wouldn't have shorted it because smarter, that movement would have still been coiled in the stock. So, pardon me. I thought I had some safe cushion, if you will. Better trades, move on. How about Kellogg? These are the shorts. You want shorts? They're not sexy, but at least they're. Okay, I'm not saying there to necessarily go out and short Kellogg the whole time. All right, but these stocks can be emblematic of what's going on. Kellogg. Okay, Campbell Soup, not a barn burner. It worked, breaking lower. So you can see they're getting out of consumer staples, discretionaries, call it what you will, can be. All right, as the S&P is making new highs. I mean, what's so wrong here? I mean, I know it's not sexy and I know it's not NVIDIA. And it's not Mara or ARM, but the job is to make money, not be right, right? I'm just, I just have to take a step back and not be be involved in too much in over trading to a degree. I'm not gonna lie. It's also gonna stop because I'm starting to get freaking pissed off. But anyway, KNB, you get the picture here. What else? So, do you have any questions? GCT, stocks movers, strong get stronger, GCP. What else? Wait, WBA. I was short a ton of this last night. They gave me an out. Now it's at the high. Why did they let me out of it? I'm not quite sure. I got it all my WBA right here. See, I don't this is where I fit right there. I got out of 6,889 shares of WA at 21.50. I made good money in last night, but I thought about it more. Okay, there's WBA. And I didn't really want to continue this with a large position. And why? It's working, blah, blah, blah. But then I looked at CVS, its counterpart, if you will. And yet, by Coach's conversation that we had yesterday, you should really concentrate on the stock, not the, or not maybe the group. Taking Coach. CVS above the moving average of the proverbial 50. This is probably more of a buy than WBA is a short in this type of market. So got out of WBA. What else we got going here? KHC. What else we see from BTAI bullish coin earnings tomorrow after the close? Oh my God. Nevada bullish. SPWR Blink. What are they doing? Losers. UVIX losers. They're all losers. The VIX is coming in. Market's going up. LABD. I don't even want to look at the winners. Okay, where are we? Always happens when I'm doing the video too. Percent gainers, 15 minutes. Mara, cocksucker. Oh, that hurt. I was right there. I blew the trumpet too on it. Did I get at it? What's that thing? Hut. They didn't get me out too. I was right there to bid on this freaking thing. Hut. I gotta get at it. All right. Any questions, Mike V? And what's moving? BTI AI bullish. Dano, VLCN, VIX, dollar, yields. Does it take time to step back and what? I was right in this thing. What a horrible. Oh, I got out of it, Hut. Oh, thank God. Flat Hut. See this Hut miner? Bitcoin. The concentrating on the coins aren't working. Hit the 50-day. It's not giving it back like it should. I was short a bunch of it, and there was I covered, what is it, 10,000, 12,981 for a scratch. Next, oh, thank God, I don't want to be in the short. What else? AAOI is moving up. ARM moving. This is the mover. The trader of the year. 122. ARM. Let me take this off. Ended at 4 p.m. Okay. Polo back up. ARM moving. Let's go. What's percent losers last 15 minutes? Any VIX products, and that's it. Back bearish. Intel. VLCN. All right, listen. CYTX. Everybody's telling me the CYTX is going to be taken out. It's all underwater. What do you do here? CYTX. Okay, I had it. All right, but they say no take under a takeover 46. I'm just not in a position right now. I mean, I like it. I want to buy it. I do like it as it comes down a little volume. It is a real sexy bio. I should buy some in the money calls, but this is taking some calls I'm seeing. So be aware of that one. CYTK. All right, I'll leave it there. I got to get back to repositioning, to be honest. AI bullish, back bearish. The carry, the regionals are back. You know what I wanted to short last night? The short, and I wanted to take a lot of it, and I reflected, I covered it. USB. I still like USB short. Wells Fargo. Look at this. Below the 50-day, relatively weak. I mean, it's not sexy, but we're here to make money. Wells Fargo, interesting. USB, I kind of like. What's about H-band? That one was a decent short looking. That actually was breaking down yesterday too. I thought about that one. Good thing for the 50-day, not interested. TLT near the highs, bullish. Here's your TLT. All right, TLT backed up again. Futures, it is what it is. But I'm out. I can take that off the screen. CLSK, you dirty bastard. SMCI, Upstart, my main screen. Make sure I'm sharing. Okay, what's going on now? ALB, QS, Slav Oil's a week. How do you not trade? Look at this. Do you want the week sector too? APA. Devin, I looked at. I came in long and then I looked at the weekly. Might be building a base. There's the 200-day. I don't know. I'm just not doing those trades at the moment. I can't afford to take a position in something that I think, a decent stock, not a low floater that I think might be bottoming or building a base. But if it doesn't, then I almost feel like it's going to be binary, and I can't take any more hits. BFC. No interest in that. BFC. Lewis, you there? Place BMR, the big guy that was freaking ripping the other day. There's a range for your BMR. That's the AI play. 5, 34, 9, opens up at 22. No problem. ZI had good move yesterday. That work? ZI. Yep. What else? MGM. That fooled me, that MGM. I bought it. I had it when the breakout and never broke out like it should have when LVS went and when was going. MGM, and I had it right through this. It was an obvious trade. I sold it and it just didn't have right here. I had it. Thought it was broke through the flag. I bought MGM like 45. I sold it like 2 days ago, 46, 49. It just didn't have the umph in it, and that's what happens. MGM at 200-day, see how it closes. Look at the rest of them. Caesars, blah, 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 not doing too good. Penn, there you go. So MGM, even have some China in it. We'll see what happens there. Children's Place coming down now. Looks worse than it is. I don't want to be shorting anymore. I want out. Wiz Hut, Mr. CLSK, Mara. They're not going to break it. Riot. Just like I said yesterday to Coach, I don't think they're going to let me out. D-Dog. Things are dying down a little bit. NetEase, Baidu, the Daily. Baba says the basing. Baba tries the base. Not interested. Look at I can't trade these gaps. All right, silver high. Silver ripping. Newmont. Did it bounce? There you go. There's one that's worth it. I'm not going to lie to you. GULD at earnings, I believe. There's the range. SSR list, GLD. 1432. Next print is 1377. SSRM, the du jour. You're going to be stuck in this thing for a while. The low yesterday, 385, 487, not bad. Carvana bullish, taking calls all day yesterday and working again today. Opened up. Carvana still taking calls. We'll be shorted. Certainly, it's got one of those. Ooh, that looks nice. Carvana. It's taking calls too. But I am not initiating a position. All right, I'll leave it there. Any questions, gents? Ladies? Great interview by Coach this morning. Go watch it on TGH, please. You share right here. Alexis good posts. Coach's video was YouTube. Already garnering a lot. Watch Coach's video this morning. Very good macro. At the very least, you'll be smarter when you have a cocktail in your hand at one point at a party, if not knowing how to trade the markets. All right, so I'll leave it there. I apologize if I was a little late. What time we got? 11:39. Okay, Mike VTG. Don't let your trades turn into positions. God, you know what's another one? Vikings. This one, easy trade. Viking Therapeutics. Another cool, another smooth month. What are they telling me now? CFLT, I got that. Okay, saved it, Eric. CFLT. It is okay. All right, Mike V. All right, so I'll let it there back at this stage 2. You guys could follow stage analysis. All right, so we'll leave it there. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Cheers. And we're going to do some rearranging here. Okay, we'll do better than next time. Stay in the room. We're active. Thanks again.